I just drank so much coffee right now. Like, if I'm really hyper in this video, like, I apologize in advance, but your girl is like off caffeine right now.
I'm only human, can't you see? I made a mistake. Please just look me in my face. Tell me everything's okay. 'Cause I got it. Ooh, can never be like you.
And welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maya, and I would love it if you hit that subscribe button so you could join our little family here on YouTube. I'm going to be posting college videos, beauty videos, vlogs, and all that stuff. Today in this video, as you can tell by the title down below, I'm going to be talking all about college and my experience applying to college, where I'm going to college, what schools I got into, my GPA, my SAT scores, because I know a lot of seniors are about to start that college process and it can be very stressful. If you guys have any other questions that you want me to answer that I don't answer in this video related to college searches, applying to colleges, my college essays, and all that stuff, just let me know down below in the comments. I would love to help out in any way that I can. Before we get into this video, make sure you go ahead and turn on your notifications. Just hit that bell down below after you hit that subscribe button so you can get notified every time I post a new video. I'm sure the main reason why you clicked on this video, if you guys have not seen my day in the life summer vlog, I mentioned to you guys that I might be going to community college and all of that stuff. The biggest question that I've been getting recently is, where am I going to college? So now I can finally announce and say that I will be attending Towson University in Towson, Maryland in the fall. So yay! Now that we have gotten the cat out of the bag, let's go back to the beginning of my college process, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys my SAT scores, my GPA, all the colleges that I applied to. Before we get started, I just want to say that I'm not bragging in any way or trying to show off in any way about the schools that I got into, the schools that I applied to, my SAT scores, my GPA. What I'm trying to do is just give you guys a look at what my process is and what my scores look like, because if your scores are close to mine or if your numbers are close to mine, you can kind of get an idea of like what schools I applied to, what schools I got into, and all of that stuff. I'm just trying to give you guys like a reference point so you guys can have something to compare to. So I took the SAT 2 times, and I highly recommend taking it twice. Like, unless you take it once and you can get like a really good score, I honestly recommend taking the SAT at least 2 times. So I took it the spring of my sophomore year and I got a 1020. I didn't study or anything for the SAT. I probably should have like done some review or anything like that, but I was like super stressed out and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take it and see what happens. And then I took it again in the fall of my junior year and I got an 1170. So I went up by 150 points, which is like crazy when in terms of the SAT. Honestly speaking, I just took the test again and I didn't study, I didn't do anything different, and I improved by 150 points. So yeah, I definitely recommend taking it twice, and also I definitely recommend studying if that's like what you feel will help you. For me, I was just super stressed out about it and I was like, you know what, I don't even want to study for it. And so I didn't take the ACT because I didn't like how the time restraints were, because with the ACT, there's a shorter amount of time to take the test and there's like more questions or something like that, and I'm really bad at like time management when it comes to standardized testing, so I was like, the ACT is definitely not for me. Just kind of find which test is right for you and then take that test. So when you're applying to colleges, you usually apply in the fall of your senior year. So when you're sending in your transcript that has your GPA, your classes, and all that stuff, you're usually sending in your cumulative GPA that includes freshman, sophomore, and junior years. When I sent in my transcript and all that stuff, I had like an 89.4 something GPA weighted, so that includes like the honors classes that I was taking. So my GPA was a 3.4 when I applied for colleges. I took 2 honors classes per year, so I took 2 sophomore year and 2 honors classes junior year, and then I took 3 honors classes my freshman year. So now moving on to the colleges that I applied to and the colleges that I got accepted to. On a few college visits over spring break, and I did vlog that if you guys want to check out some of the schools that I visited. I visited Towson University, University of Maryland, and I kind of like went to Loyola just to look. I'll have it up in the cards if you guys want to check out my college tour vlogs. Another tip that I could give you guys if you're looking for colleges and stuff like that is to kind of know if you want, just start with the basics. Do you want a big school? Do you want a small school? Or do you want a medium-sized school? Do you want a school with like over 50,000 kids? Or do you want a school that has like almost like 5,000 kids. So you kind of just want to know like what's going to make you feel more comfortable. And I picked Towson because they always say that Towson's like a small school with a big school feel. So it has like 20,000 kids at the school, like 20,000 undergrad, which was really appealing to me because I still wanted to be in like a smaller setting and have smaller class sizes, but I also wanted to have like that big school feel when it comes to like events and activities. When you're applying to schools, usually there's like a November 1 deadline for early action, and early action just means that you just apply early, you get your decision early. Early decision is when you apply early and it's a binding decision, so that means like if you get into that school, you are committed to go to that school. And I would only recommend early decision if this is a school that you're wanting to go to and you don't want to go to any other school. Like if you get in, you know you're going to go. Me, I'm a very indecisive person, so I did not do early decision to any school. I don't think any of the schools I applied to actually had early decision. So the schools that I applied to Rutgers University, Delaware State University, which is the HBCU. And if you don't know what HBCU is a historically black college or university. Morgan State University, Towson University, Stockton University, and Temple University. So I applied to 6 schools in total. And when applying to schools, I honestly recommend you applying to whatever school you think that you want to go to and what will be a good fit for you. I don't like saying like reach, target, and safety or whatever, because I feel like that gives you the connotation that a reach is something that you can't really attain and a safety is something that like you know you're going to get into. Because honestly, when it comes to the college process, you never know what the college admissions counselors are going to be looking for in a given year. And I feel like if it wasn't for like my counselor saying reach, target, safety, and like drilling that into my head, I feel like I would have applied to, you know, more schools that were in that reach category, because when I applied to all of those schools, I had no idea if I would get into any of them, and I actually got accepted into all 6 of the schools that I applied to. So all the schools I applied to, I got accepted to, which was crazy, and I'm so blessed and thankful. If it wasn't for like the reach, target, and safety names, I probably would have applied to like an Ivy school or something like that just to try, but in my head it was like, oh, that's a reach, I could never get in there. But yeah, I got accepted to all 6 of the schools that I applied to, and now I'm going to talk about why I picked Towson University. So when it came down to picking my college, I was stuck between Towson University and Temple University. I knew I didn't want to go to Rutgers because Rutgers was just entirely like too big of a school for me when I looked at it, and like the campus, I didn't like how there were separate campuses. So my 4th tip, I guess, would be after you get accepted into the schools, look at the pros and the cons. Like make a pro and con list if you're stuck between one school, and kind of see what you like about the school and what you don't like about it, and then just kind of do that for all the schools that you think you really want to go to. And so at the end of the day, I was stuck between Towson University and Temple University, and they are very, very different because Temple is straight in the city, it's straight in Philly. There's not really a campus feel about that, and that's why I kind of leaned away from Temple and more towards Towson, because I did want that campus feel. I really wanted that like traditional college campus and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, I decided to go to Towson University because they had the major that I want. We'll be majoring in sports management, probably with a minor in Spanish. I was also accepted into the honors college, which was a big plus for me because that means that I get like kind of a little bit more opportunities, and I'll also be in the honors level classes, which are a little bit harder, and I feel like that's going to be good so I can just kind of push myself and challenge myself in certain classes. I also got a very, very nice dorm, which honestly I think that was the part that sold me, because I get my own bathroom in my dorm, which I don't know, you just kind of have to think about these little things that will define your college experience. Like if you are going to a school and you know that you're going to get a certain dorm and you really want your own bathroom, like these are things that you might want to consider, like the dorm options that you have, in the food and the activities and the clubs and the sports. Like, do they have a football team? Do they have a basketball team? Do they have like intramural sports? Do they have club sports? So like when it comes to deciding what school you want to go to, you really have to think about the little things, not just the big name, because sometimes it's not really about what school you go to, it's about how well you do and the connections that you make in college. So don't get caught up in the name and all of that stuff, because yes, if you do get into like a very big university like University of Pennsylvania or Stanford, like something with a big name that might help you, but at the end of the day, is that a place where you're going to be comfortable and are you going to be able to do your best? The number one reason, I forgot to mention this, is it is very diverse. Like the campus is so diverse. There are so many different types of people. I'm talking about races, ethnicities, backgrounds, religions. Like there's so many different types of people at Towson, which was probably the number one reason why I picked Towson, because it is so diverse and I love that about the school. In high school, I went to a high school that was predominantly white, and I definitely wanted to transition to a college setting that was more diverse. So that's pretty much all about what schools I got into, where I decided to go, and all of that good stuff. But before I end this video, I wanted to just make a quick note about community college. So community college is never a bad idea, honestly speaking, because I was just in a position a couple weeks ago where I thought that community college is where I was going to go, and I was very, very upset about it, and very, like, I thought like, oh my god, this is the end of the world, like, oh, I don't want to go to community college, all that stuff. But financially, my parents and I, we didn't know what was going to work best for us, and thankfully they were able to figure it out, and I'm so thankful and so proud that I can go to Towson University. But just know, never knock community college, because as I started looking into it, I was like, okay, this isn't really that bad of a choice. And if financially you're unable to go to a four-year university, or if you just don't know what you want to do, definitely consider community college as an option. So honestly, I just want to let everybody know that community college is never a bad decision. There's a really big like stigma around it, saying that like community college isn't good, that it's really bad and all that stuff. And I really want people to understand that it's not that bad, because I was in a position where I got accepted into all of these colleges and I had to consider community college as well. Like, community college is still college. Alright, so that is all that I have to say for this video. If you guys have any other questions or any other video ideas that you want me to do when it comes to college, just go ahead and comment those down below. If you guys haven't made it all the way to the end of this video, why don't you go ahead and comment the tiger emoji, because that is the mascot for Towson. And yeah, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace!